shall we do the intro? What should we do for the intro?
Tournament season.
It is tournament season. Well, welcome back. Second video of Austin Acclaims. It is tournament season, boys. We're doing bracket challenge. All three of us made brackets. We're gonna go over our brackets, explain them, all of that jazz. Speaking of jazz, Patty's in jazz.
I am a
Weirdo.
Jason
Anyways.
is also in jazz.
Yeah, let's go to the brackets. I almost shared a screen and it was the Discord.
Oh, that would. You want to see what happens on the Discord? Join the Discord server. Get your daily dose of Russell Wilson to the Bears.
All right.
That was strange.
Firstly, we got my bracket, of course. Got to save the best for first. You know how the saying goes. So obviously I have Gonzaga. Oklahoma, Missouri, I think it's going to be a good game. I think Oklahoma wins. Missouri, I'm not going to talk about it too much. I just am high on Oklahoma, Creighton, that could be a close matchup, but I think Creighton's got too much firepower to lose to California, Santa Barbara, Ohio, here's the
Wow.
first big
That's
upset.
a big upset.
Okay. So Virginia's coming off a COVID scare, They might not have all their people back. Ohio's got a guy that's Seth Greenberg compared to LaMelo Ball, so if Seth Greenberg says it, I guess it's true. I'll also have you know this guy is shooting like 50% from the free throw line. This supposed LaMelo Ball. But anyways, that's besides the point.
That's more like Lonzo.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore. Lonzo is pretty great now.
I have them beating Virginia purely because of Virginia is coming off a COVID scare. They might not have all their players. Also, Ohio's got a high scoring offense. They got LaMelo Ball. So yeah, that's all you need. And then I have them beating Creighton because Creighton they've been a up and down team. They're not really in their best self right now. And Ohio's got LaMelo Ball, so we got Ohio in that game. Gonzaga beats Oklahoma. You don't really need an explanation. It's Gonzaga. Gonzaga obviously beating Ohio. Ohio to the Sweet 16 though. Pretty interesting. Anyways, USC. Drake I know Jason's like a Drake stan, but yeah, they're not even coming out of the first game. They're losing to Wichita State, and they're losing to Wichita State anyways. USC, Kansas.
Be in the field, I'll say.
Mobley will be the difference in this game. If Mobley is like shutting down the paint and doing why he's a top recruit and gonna be a lottery pick, if he shows that, then USC I think could win this game. But yeah, it also depends if Kansas has all their players back from COVID or not. But yeah, USC. I think Kansas will win. They got one of the better coaches in college basketball. Always helps in a situation like this. Yeah, I have VCU over Oregon. VCU's got the little A10, they got the A10 spice, You're from the Atlantic 10, you're always going to be like a solid team, you know what I'm saying? They got Also, Oregon always disappoints me, Like, just because you have the Nike sponsorships doesn't mean you're going to go far in the tournament, you know what I'm saying?
That is true.
Yeah. Also, we don't talk about the fact that they lost to West Virginia by 12. It's fine. They beat Utah State by 16. So just think about that. Anyways, Iowa. I don't think it needs to be enough. This Big Ten team. Big Ten's insane this year. They have Luka Garza.
I mean, Grand Canyon.
God,
Grand
stop.
Canyon's great. Grand Canyon's
Luka
great.
Garza single-handedly takes them past both Iowa and VCU. Now, here's the big game. When they face Kansas, Kansas has the forward play. And whenever Iowa faces a team I feel like even if USC wins this game, Iowa loses. Because whenever Iowa faces a team with a good center like Dickinson, Coburn, even though that's not his real name, any of those type of teams, they always seem to lose. Because if you shut down Luka Garza, you beat Iowa. That's basically how it goes. I mean, that is why he's literally getting his jersey retired, because he is literally their entire team. But yeah, so I think Kansas wins purely because I think they shut down Luka Garza. And then Gonzaga, they're not, you don't really got to say much about that team. They got the forward play. They got a lottery pick like guard. So yeah, Gonzaga. What?
Ooh.
What?
God.
What is this? Oh, you have Ohio State winning.
This is I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
Dust.
Well, this video is going great, guys.
I'm making this such a problem for myself to edit.
Oh, this is great.
It's awful. Okay, now we're back. Michigan, the 16 seed, whoever it ends up being. I think it'll be Texas Southern. They always seem to make it into the tournament. Always got a decent team. LSU St Bonaventure. This will be a close game. They got the A10 spice again, St. Bonnie's, Who knows what a Bonnie is? Like, please, someone in the comments tell me what a Bonnie is. Like, what the hell is a Bonnie? Anyways, LSU, I think LSU's got the firepower. LSU is a nice team. Like, they put up a good game against Alabama in the SEC championship. They got a good team. But yeah, I think they beat St. Bonaventure. Michigan, another really good Big Ten team. They're going to be missing Isaiah Livers, so that could play a big role in the tournament. But I think they edge out LSU. That could be an upset. I feel like that one could be an upset. Colorado, Georgetown. Patrick Ewing's got them. He's got them going right now. So I feel like they're going to take that into the first game of the tournament against a Colorado team who doesn't have the star power that you would think of if you were a top 5 seed. They got good seniors and they got but yeah, they don't got the firepower. I think Georgetown just continues rolling. Florida State, I think they easily win that first game. They're too good to lose to a UNC Greensboro team. I think Georgetown puts up a decent fight against Florida State because they're just going to be on a roll, but Florida State's just going to be too tough. Florida State, Michigan, a lot of people are picking this upset. I think Michigan has too good of a schedule so far to be losing they've been battle tested. They only lost by 1 point without Isaiah Livers, and to Ohio State, who in my opinion is a better team than Florida State, but we'll get to that later. Ohio State. Anyways. Yeah, I think they beat Florida State. BYU, Michigan State. I think Michigan State I think wins the game versus UCLA. I think they also could beat BYU. But the reason I think BYU wins is because, here's first off, they have Matt Harms, the former Purdue guy, he's going to have the inside on on Michigan State, obviously, because that's how it works, But BYU's also got a very good senior guard, shoots the 3-ball well. They're just a good team. They've been facing Gonzaga multiple times. They've come up against good teams. They're going to be ready. Texas, they've got a very good team. They got Sims. I think he's going to make a big difference in the tournament. Also, they got the lesser known defensive Cunningham, not Cade Cunningham, but they got the Cunningham on their team, All he does is play defense, but he does it well. Uconn, Maryland, also a potential upset. I think Uconn has had too good of a they just look too good in my eyes to lose to Maryland. Maryland's a lower tier team in the Big Ten. I think UConn wins. Alabama, Iona. This is the only 15-2 I think could possibly happen. Rick Pitino, man. Rick Pitino.
Okay.
Alabama wins. Texas over Alabama purely because Sims, I think, makes a big difference. Cunningham, I think, even though they have SEC Defensive Player of the Year and SEC Player of the Year on Alabama, I think Texas got the senior, and they edged it out. I think Texas also ends up beating Michigan. Big loss of Isaiah Livers makes it so Michigan is not as good in the tournament. He's out indefinitely, so I think Texas wins. On to the Final Four team right here. Gonzaga, Texas. Gonzaga, win it. I think there's enough said. Gonzaga, everyone knows about them. They got a stack team. Baylor, Hartford, 16-1. Okay, I'm kidding. No, Baylor wins. Wisconsin, they got the Big Ten. The Big Ten flow. I think they beat a struggling North Carolina team this year. Blue Bloods in general struggled this year. Must have been a bad freshman class. I don't know. Winthrop over Villanova. Villanova had a loss of their best player earlier this season. So, and Winthrop's also very good non-power conference team. So, I think Winthrop wins that. Purdue, Big Ten team. What can I say? They've had a hard schedule already. Big Ten is the best conference in the country this year. So yeah. Texas Tech, Utah State. Now, this could be an upset, but I think Texas Tech they got the defense. I think they got it. I think they win the game. They just do. They've had a hardened schedule already in the Big 12, Arkansas, Colgate, literally the toothpaste school, that's literally what they are. How can you not think the toothpaste school might win, How can you not? Like, it's the toothpaste school, but they only lost one game this season. They have a good offense, very good offense, but Arkansas has a very good defense. Been playing with the best teams in the SEC. I think Arkansas wins. I also think Arkansas beats Texas Tech. Arkansas, Texas Tech are very similar teams. They're both defensive teams, but I think Arkansas just has better players, have the better defense. Ohio State, Oral Roberts. Ohio State, easy win. Easy clap. Easy clap. And then Florida, Virginia Tech's coming off a COVID scare. They haven't been as good lately. Florida lost their best player very early in the season, but they've been good. Florida wins. Ohio State, obviously, we don't even got to talk about that one. Ohio State, easy win. Easy win.
Very funny.
Ohio State, Arkansas, also easy clap. We don't even have to talk about it. Ohio State, Baylor. Here's where it gets interesting, you know. Here's where it gets interesting. You see, Baylor's got a good team, you know. They haven't had to play with the Big Ten though, you know. They don't got that like the Big 12. Yeah, they're all right, you know. They're all right, you know. But Ohio State has beaten Michigan, you know. They've been overtime game, which a lot of people are picking in Illinois, you know. They got the battle hardened schedule, you know. One of the best teams in the league, in the whole NCAA, you know. Yeah, so enough said. Ohio State wins. You know, I'm not even gonna talk about it that much. Illinois, obviously wins. Georgia Tech. Here's an interesting one. Georgia Tech, Loyola Chicago. I know everyone wants to see Illinois Loyola Chicago game. I know. The thing is, Georgia Tech has the ACC Player of the Year. And they're coming off a great ACC tournament run. And Loyola doesn't have that schedule that prepared them enough for this game. I think Georgia Tech skates by Loyola, but Illinois, Io, Coburn, they got the stuff. Illinois, I think, wins that game. Tennessee, they got literally like no forward play. Like they're all guard play, literally all guard play. Tennessee, but Oregon State is also a very small team too. Like they run through their guards too pretty much. So, Tennessee wins that. Oklahoma State have Cade Cunningham. I think that's all you really got to say. Oklahoma State, past Liberty, past Tennessee. Illinois, Oklahoma State. It's an interesting game. Like, I think Cade Cunningham could go off and they pull an upset here. But Illinois got too much firepower, you know? Because they don't just rely on... Cade Cunningham basically controls Oklahoma State, you know? If Cade Cunningham plays well, they're playing well. Even if Cade Cunningham plays well in this game, I don't think they have enough to beat Illinois. They just got too much firepower. San Diego State, Syracuse. I think San Diego State wins this game. They got a good defense. Syracuse, I don't even think should be I don't even think they should have straight up made the tournament. I think they should have been a play-in team. They haven't really showed they can beat really good teams this year. Yeah, I think San Diego State has shown enough for me that they win that game. West Virginia, it's going to be hard for any small school to beat a team like West Virginia with their style of play, like their defense. You're going to have to be able to shoot free throws if you play West Virginia. You're going to have to be able to shoot. You're going to have to be able to get out of traps and stuff like that. And small schools most of the time aren't really prepared for that type of play. West Virginia definitely wins. West Virginia, San Diego State, both very similar teams in the way they play. I think West Virginia just has better players. So I picked West Virginia. Rutgers, Clemson. Clemson's got a good team. Yeah, they've been in the ACC though, kind of a Mickey Mouse conference this year. Not gonna lie to you guys. Rutgers, they're in the battle-hardened Big Ten, you know? They can't shoot a free throw to save their life.
Oh my God.
Oh, God.
The Big Ten.
No, but like, here's the thing. Rutgers can't shoot a free throw to save their life. That's the problem. So like, if it comes to a close game, Rutgers is losing. Like, they're a trash free throw shooting team. Yeah, I think they beat Clemson. Houston, Cleveland State. I think Houston wins. Rutgers, Houston. I think Houston wins purely because even if it's a close game, Rutgers isn't going to be able to shoot the free throws to keep it close game. Houston, West Virginia. This could be interesting. I think West Virginia wins. Bob Huggins, one of the best coaches in NCAA. They have a very good press. Like, they got the defense that you hate coming up against in the tournament. They always do pretty well in the tournament. I just like West Virginia. Yeah. Illinois, too much firepower. They got, like I said before, they got Io, probably one of the, if not the player of the year, very close to player of the year this year. So I got Illinois. Yeah, and then finally Illinois, Ohio State. As much as I want to pick Ohio State,
No.
I had to pick Illinois, okay? Ohio State, you know.
How did Ohio State even get there?
Third time's the charm, you know? But, yeah, I picked Illinois. Illinois, Gonzaga. I think Illinois wins. If Illinois gets on a run, they're a Big Ten school. They're going to have a ton of people, you know, cheering them on, you know? Like, it's in Indiana. They're going to have all the fans. If they get on a run, I don't think it's going to be very hard to stop them. Gonzaga's a very good team. It's also like, I think Gonzaga is always very iffy in the tournament. They sometimes literally go out in like one of the first two rounds as a 1 seed. They've done it before. So I never know with Gonzaga if they'll show up every day. But yeah, that's my bracket. 79-75 final score. Of course, I'm going to get it exactly right. On to Jason or Patty? Which one?
I don't have a preference.
We'll go,
I
Jason.
mean, we know what my bracket's gonna be like, so.
All right. I'm just going to start off by saying my bracket, let's say, has some hot takes in here. But, again, it is March Madness. Who knows what's going to happen. I will say I have no 16 seed or 15 seed advancing to the second round. If you look here, Gonzaga, I don't need to talk about them. All right. Who cares? Specifically speaking of Missouri over Oklahoma, I honestly think Missouri is a better team coming into the tournament over Oklahoma. Hence, I pick Missouri. UC Santa Barbara. Creighton did make it to the Big East final. They struggled basically the whole way there. So I'm going to pick my first upset there. Big upset. And then for my Virginia, despite them coming off a COVID scare and them possibly not going to be at full strength, I still do believe that they will take the dub against Ohio, a team who is a Cinderella team if you actually choose them. They're a good team. Hence what Austin said. Austin, I need you to scroll down. All right. So, first 4 game, I do have to pick Drake, mostly because of family. I know that Wichita State should not be in the field, period.
Okay,
right.
okay. Here's
I'm
the
gonna
thing,
say
Jason.
this.
Here's the thing, Jason.
Despite,
Drake doesn't even have their best player.
I get that, and somehow they made it to the
Yeah, well, of course they're gonna make it because
okay, somehow
they had a good resume still.
true. But no matter what, they're not going to beat USC, a team who could make a deep run, which they're not making a deep run, as you can see. They'll lose to Iowa later. Kansas, I really don't need to explain much, even though they're coming off another COVID scare. They're moving on. VCU, I feel like they are going to come in with a really strong mentality. Now, VCU and Oregon did not take the auto bid at all, but I still feel like VCU will take that game. It'll be a close one. And Iowa, Luka Garza, that's all I'm going to say.
McCormick, though. Come on. Or Mobley. You have him facing Mobley. You think he's gonna... I think Mobley has his number. If they play each other, I think Mobley has his number. There's a reason Mobley is... He's a lottery pick, potentially. There's a reason for that.
So, as you can see, wherever we're going here, if we're looking... Are we looking down at the East region or what?
You have Gonzaga overall.
Yeah,
Iowa.
Gonzaga's moving on. I don't know, up there. So we're gonna look in the East region. Yes, Michigan's gonna move on. I picked Mount St. Mary's to win that play-in game. I honestly think they're just better than Texas Southern. St. Bonaventure and LSU. I'm gonna say this before anyone, because I was debating on picking that game and the Michigan game. Michigan, without Isaiah Livers, is going to hurt them at some point. St. Bonaventure is going to win by a slim margin here. All right. LSU, you saw what they did to Bama in the SEC championship game, down to a possession. They lost. They'll move on. Georgetown, I don't think I need to explain at all about what they did. They made a deep run, upset Villanova in the Big East playoffs, and no one thought they were going to be the AQ. BYU, if we look at the MSU-UCLA game, I am picking Michigan State. UCLA was down the stretch, was not good at all, not consistent. But I will continue with BYU. I picked BYU mostly looking back to the Gonzaga game on how their offense produced very well. The Uconn Maryland game, this was a tough choice. Daryl Morsell on Maryland, great on-ball D. That's going to present an issue, but my confidence is going to go to Uconn. And then, like Austin said, the only 15-2 upset I could have, or that could happen, is Iona. But Bama can shoot the three well, and they're going to move on. And I don't think there should be a debate at all there, period.
That's an Alabama fan talking, by the way.
Alabama, if their Alabama team makes a deep run, football fans for Alabama, like me, will be turning to the Alabama basketball bandwagon. I'm not there yet.
Wait, so you're telling me you're a fan of them for only football?
Yes.
That is the most bandwagon thing I've ever heard of in my life.
And then you're a Duke fan for basketball.
Yeah. This man is a straight bandwagon.
What is this?
It would take a long time for me to explain every reason why I like all my bandwagon schools. But
literally said it was
I'm not going to explain.
Look at this.
Bandwagon.
But Alabama moves on. Texas moves on. Just think, Texas, their head coach was on the hot seat in the beginning of the season. Look where they are now, a 3 seed. Florida State, they're moving on against Georgetown. I think the run that Georgetown had will come to an end at some point. They won't have as much firepower, so they'll move on. And Michigan, I don't think they'll get upset. It's going to be a close one. That could be a potential upset alert. But the surprising thing is, like I said, Michigan is going to get upset at some point, and they're losing to Florida State, which Florida State, strong team. They're physical. They can win. And then we'll have an ACC SEC matchup here. Florida State will win that game. They will be my team going to the Final Four. Surprising. I get it. At least I don't have 4 1 seeds in there. That would have been the go-to, but I decided we're going to change that. Gonzaga, they're in the Final Four as a sneak peek. Baylor's moving on. Now, North Carolina. Yes, North Carolina, in the beginning of the season, we all thought all the blue blood teams were not going to make the tournament, and somehow North Carolina for sure made the tournament. Shocked everyone. Yes, Wisconsin has a lot more experience. They're a lot more physical. But I do think North Carolina is going to pull away. I do want to see if they're going to be the vintage North Carolina who wins games in the tournament and makes a run. But they're an 8 seed. I don't think they're going to make a run. Winthrop, they play with fast tempo, and with Connor Gillespie out for the tournament as of now with Villanova, Winthrop can also shoot 3. They make 23 threes a game, and I just don't think Villanova can keep up. You can see Purdue's going to move on as well. And then the emphasis of Utah State over Texas Tech. An upset that was going through my mind. I honestly think Utah State is the better team. And yes, you can make the argument that Texas Tech is a good team. They play in the Big 12. They won key games there, but I do think Utah State's going to take them over.
I will say, I watched the game versus San Diego State, their conference championship game, and their center, I don't know what his name is, but like that 7-foot guy, that's their center, very good, very good. He could definitely be the difference in that game if they end up winning it.
And then Colgate, they'll always find themselves in the tournament. They are not moving on. Arkansas is going to take that game. Virginia Tech, yes, they had a COVID scare. Yes, they were inconsistent. But I do think they're going to take Florida in that game. Yes, people are going to bash me for that. Well, got to have some type of upset of a 10-7. I do believe that Virginia Tech is a better team than Florida, obviously. Ohio State, I'm not even going to go into that. Ohio State's just going to move on. Okay. Ohio State's going to move on. I'm not talking about that anymore. So, and also, as you can see, Ohio State's going to play Arkansas. So,
come on, finish it.
Oh,
no.
Why did you select them to go far?
I'll tell you this. Ohio State, despite them, you saw that they lost key games in the Big Ten tournament to Illinois. They brought them to overtime. When Illinois had a big lead, they came back. I do believe Ohio State is a good team. All right.
Of course they're a good team. They're the best team. Okay, I'll relax.
Relax, Austin. All right. They can make a run at some point. If they're hot, they will score. They will attack you. Blah, blah, blah. Ohio State's moving on. All right.
That's what Oral Roberts does.
And then, if we're looking in the Midwest, who is Drexel? That is my question. I don't even know who Drexel is. So I didn't worry about looking at anything. Illinois is moving on. They're too good. Georgia Tech, I don't care that they have the ACC Player of the Year. I don't care that they somehow made it to the championship in the tournament. Loyola is moving on. And then Oregon State. The Tennessee does have some key players questionable entering this tournament that they would need to win. Like Georgetown, I'm taking the 12-5 upset here. Oklahoma State, I don't need to explain anything about them. It's kind of simple. If you use your brain and you watch college basketball, you know what I'm talking about.
Cunningham.
Yes, sir. Syracuse and San Diego State.
Oh, the Bulls aren't getting them, by the way. I just want to make sure everyone knows that.
Yes, the Pelicans. Even though they don't need another guard.
You want to know who's getting them? the Thunder. He's gonna play next to Shea. Come on.
They're
Shea,
probably gonna
Lou
make
Dort.
playoffs.
Shea, Lou Dort, and Cade. Come on.
Getting first pick.
San Diego State has taken over the Mountain West, and they have been rolling. If you look at Syracuse, people don't think they should be in the tournament. I had them in a play-in game in my bracket prediction. Committee did have some surprising picks, let's say, Selection Sunday. But Syracuse, Coach Boeheim's son can shoot the three very well. He had 31 points his last game.
The Boeheim son is the reason they win that game, Jason.
Hey, I honestly believe that if Buddy Boeheim...
His name is literally Buddy.
Catches fire.
Listen, I like Syracuse, but...
Like, I hear Buddy, and I think of Buddy Paws from Santa Paws. How is that guy leading you to beat San Diego State? Come on.
Well, they're not going to beat West Virginia, so there. I'm not having them moving any further than that. West Virginia, they're a good team in the Big 12. If you watch the Baylor game they played in one of their last regular season games, they played very well. Rutgers, they, like last season, or whenever we had a tournament last in 2019, in 2020, they could have made the tournament as a high seed, 8-9 seed actually. They are looking for a tournament win. Clemson, not the best. I got Rutgers moving on. Houston over Cleveland State. Houston's moving on. West Virginia and Houston's going to meet up. Shouldn't be a surprise. And if we look here, Oklahoma State's moving on. Illinois and Loyola.
Oh, okay.
People say, for example, I watched this on ESPN today. People are like so hyped that this is in the Midwest game and it's two Illinois teams facing each other. I would say that Loyola should have been in a different region, but whatever. I don't think Loyola can beat Illinois with how they're playing this year. Loyola, yeah, I'm Sister Jean's going to be pissed with all the people not picking Loyola to upset a 1 seed, but Illinois is moving on. They'll play Cade Cunningham in Oklahoma State. Illinois is going to win that game. They will play West Virginia, who does beat Houston. And if we're going to look at my Final Four, now I don't have Ohio State in my Final Four, which I don't. There should be no explanation if you think.
No, Jason. Let me read you something real quick.
Oh God.
They have E.J. Liddell, the best scoring forward in the Big Ten, other than Luka Garza. Okay, other than Luka Garza. Okay. Let me make that clear.
The best scoring forward in the Big Ten, except.
I had to make it clear because otherwise there would be people in the comments like, "What are you talking about? You're retarded." They have Dwayne Washington. That man is a bucket. You want to know who's even more of a bucket? C.J. Walker. That man is a bucket, bro. C.J. Walker, Dwayne Washington, E.J. Liddell. Come on. Kyle Young. Literally,
Austin, I've heard enough. We're moving on.
Kyle Young and E.J. Liddell. Come on.
Ohio State is always good in every tournament, all right? But they're not going to make it any further than where they are. And
yeah, I'm gonna look up Baylor's team right now. And I'm gonna tell you
Baylor
exactly.
Had a COVID issue. I don't care. But they're not going to beat Illinois. And Gonzaga, everyone's going to be telling me that Gonzaga is going to lose before the Final Four or during the national championship. I do have Illinois and Gonzaga. They're both averaging close to 70 points.
Here's the thing. Jared Butler.
What's the thing?
Jared Butler is going to be a problem. We both know that. Maceo Teague is also going to be a problem. Dwayne Washington, though.
Yes,
and
their
CJ
backcourt's
Walker.
really good, and they combined for 40-something
Here's
points.
the thing. Would you rather have Maceo Teague, Jared Butler, or CJ Walker, Dwayne Washington? I would take Jared Butler and Maceo Teague, but that's not the point. That's not the point. The point is, who is stopping EJ Liddell, and Kyle Young's going to be stroking from 3 again, like he did against...
If Ohio State wins, you can bash me then.
They're not.
If Ohio State wins,
they're going to win.
Then you can bash me.
They're going to win.
Okay, yes.
But it's a close game. Both teams averaging 70 points.
Jared Butler's going
I
to
will
smoke
have
us. I'm not
Gonzaga
gonna lie
going
to you.
undefeated, the first undefeated champion, the first time in like forever. It was since
I made up this score
that
for
was when Duke and Kentucky, the last time they didn't make the tournament.
Jason, what is your final score?
73-71. Gonzaga's going to win.
Oh, that's actually your final score? I just put that in randomly.
No, that's actually my final score.
Oh, okay.
Surprisingly, that's my final score. I don't care that people are going to probably put mid-60s. High risk, high reward is in my mind. In my mind, that's how I'm taking it. That is my bracket. Patty.
Now we got the most interesting bracket of them all.
All right. I'm just
Roberts!
I'm just going to say one thing.
Hey, don't spoil.
Too much of NCAA basketball, so I can't explain much. But Gonzaga, doesn't matter who's winning in 16. Gonzaga's winning that game. Oklahoma, Missouri, probably gonna be close, but I think Oklahoma's most likely the better team. I don't see Missouri having much of a chance there. Creighton, I think they're still a good team, even with losses. Like in the past games, I still think they're a good team, and I don't see them losing to Santa Barbara. I mean, it could happen, but I still think Creighton can win that game. And Virginia, even with COVID scare, I don't see them.
They have LaMelo Ball.
Virginia's winning that game. Gonzaga, Oklahoma. Gonzaga's just too good.
Hey, Jason, did you have a single double-digit seed to go into the Sweet 16?
I had Gonzaga, Virginia, USC, and Iowa in the West region going.
No. Like in general, did you have a single double-digit seed in the Sweet 16 or no?
I did not.
Interesting.
Oh no.
So I had Ohio. That was mine as my Sweet 16 team. That was double digits.
We'll see once it gets to mine.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what Patty has.
Creighton, Virginia. I feel like I just feel like Creighton, if they win against Santa Barbara, I feel like they'll be just back just a little bit, and I feel like they can still beat Virginia and then Gonzaga. Not much to say about that. USC, whoever wins the 11 seed game, I don't think it's gonna matter.
Yeah.
I don't think it's gonna matter too much. USC, I think they're still the better team.
Mobley is literally carrying that team. He's gonna carry them. I'm calling it right now.
Yeah, Kansas, I think they're a good team. They should beat Washington or Eastern Washington, whatever, pretty easily in that game. Oregon, VCU, I think VCU can be pretty good. I think they're going to be a sneaky team to look out for.
I agree. They are a sneaky team but
I feel like they can just do some upsets that can mess up a lot of people.
I don't know if they can do the upsets that you're.
Can beat Iowa.
Why?
They can beat Iowa.
Here's the thing, Petty. They don't. Their forwards are the same size as Luka Garza. Luka Garza's just bigger and better.
Okay, VCU can still win.
If you're not stopping Luka Garza, you're not beating Iowa.
You can still win if you don't stop Luka.
No, you won't win. You won't win if you don't stop Luka Garza. You won't.
It's going to be very difficult.
It's common sense.
But it can happen, and that's what's going to happen. VCU is winning. VCU is beating Iowa.
What, you want to bet money on that?
No.
Pat, you want to bet money?
VCU.
I mean, low-key betting
any money.
Betting money on anything in the NCAA tournament is a very bad idea.
Yeah, you aren't. Because all of a sudden Grand Canyon could beat Iowa for some reason. So
you never know. Yeah, you really never know.
Or Hartford could beat Baylor.
Okay. Yeah, you never know. You never know.
Yeah, I mean Drexel could beat Illinois.
Imagine Illinois being the team out of Loyola and Illinois that doesn't make it to the matchup.
Oh God! Oh,
imagine the
scenes. So sad. That would be so sad. That would be terrible. Well, VCU's being Iowa. Yeah. USC Kansas. I think that's gonna be a good game. I just don't think Kansas is gonna, especially with still coming off of COVID. I don't think I'd have USC in that game.
Yeah, that's gonna be a close game. I don't know. I never knew who to pick in that game. It's gonna be a very close game.
USC, VCU. VCU's not going any farther. USC is actually gonna do it unlike Iowa.
They shouldn't be in that spot though.
Oh, they should be. They should be. Then Gonzaga, USC to Gonzaga there too. Michigan over whoever the 16 seed is. I don't think it matters who wins that game. I think Michigan's even with injuries, Michigan's gonna win that. The Bonnies and LSU. It's gonna be a good game either way, but I think the Bonnies are just gonna close it out. I think it's gonna be a very close game, but it all depends on what comes down late in the stretch. Definitely not.
Then how can you pick a team that you don't even know what their mascot is, Penny?
Is it a horse?
Didn't you say you didn't know what the Bonnies
I didn't pick them though. I picked LSU.
Okay.
But that's also okay. I can't. That's gonna lead to a whole bunch of things because Georgetown, like, what's a Hoya?
It's a wolf. It's a wolf.
Like, what the heck is a Hoya?
Horse.
Okay.
Like, there's so many. Like, if I wasn't a fan of Ohio State, like, what the heck is a Buckeye? Like, it's a nut.
I don't even know what a Buckeye is.
It's like a nut, but like I wouldn't know that.
Why is that? Why is? There's so many
their brackets based off the team's mascot.
Yeah, Ohio State losing first round if they do that. It's literally a nut as their mascot.
Wait, but who's Oral Roberts' mascot? Wait.
That's true. You can look it up.
Is Colgate just a bottle of
Colgate toothpaste?
The Golden Eagles.
Yeah, Golden Eagle above a freaking nut.
Yeah. All right. Colorado, Georgetown. I'm pretty sure Colorado's been not playing well. I'm not 100% sure, but I think they haven't been playing that well.
I mean,
Georgetown.
they made it to the Pac-12 championship. Only lost by what, like 2 points?
Still, they haven't been playing as best as they.
Yeah, I agree.
Could be doing as a 5 seed.
Colorado has been consistent, so. Yeah,
so with Georgetown, I think they can. Georgetown's been doing pretty well, and I think they can beat Colorado there. Then Florida State. I don't think Florida State's that great of a team. I think they can be good, but they aren't. Doesn't seem like they're too consistent. With like somehow them losing to Notre Dame, I can't tell you how, but.
Yeah, Notre Dame's trash. Imagine losing to Notre Dame.
Notre Dame going on a 4-42.
Like Notre Dame is like
Carolina.
probably one of the worst teams in the country. Like, how do you lose to that team?
I have no clue. That's why
If you guys didn't know, Patty's a Notre Dame fan. That's
I am, but I know they're not good at basketball. They haven't been for a couple of years. So I'm still gonna have Florida State beat UNC and Georgetown, but I think Georgetown could upset Florida State. It all depends on really just how well Florida State is playing. And then Michigan, Florida State, I think Michigan can still win that game.
Now for the craziness. The absolute crazy. Like, what am I looking
Whoa!
Listen.
You better have a pretty darn good explanation.
Listen. Okay. BYU. They're a great team. Listen. Yes, they lost 3 times to Gonzaga, but those are 3 out of their 6 losses.
Here, let me just click something real quick. Oh, it's not gonna show. This is a very bad idea. It's fine. Let me just click something real quick.
Listen,
Notable results.
Listen.
USC lost by 26. Boise State, like they lost to Boise State.
And they barely won against Utah State.
Anyways.
I think BYU.
What is your explanation?
I think BYU can pull it together in the tournament. Really?
Even though Alabama can shoot the 3 really well.
Yeah, that's not an issue. That's not an issue.
I can't wait till your Final Four.
Okay, here's the thing. They have Matt Harms, guys. They have Matt.
Listen, they have good scores. If they can just play well, they can win games. And that is what's going to happen in the tournament. BYU is going to play well. Their top players are going to come out and they're going to play well. And that is how they're going to win against whatever the 11 seed is. Texas, they're going to win that game. BYU is a good team. They can play really well.
Matt Harms shutting down Sims.
Yes, that is happening. Listen, BYU is a good team.
Literally, Cunningham shuts down their entire team single-handedly. Like, he won't do anything on offense. Cunningham will literally do everything on the defensive end against BYU and literally destroy their team single-handedly.
Doesn't matter. BYU is winning that game.
Okay. What
BYU. I may or may not be regretting my choice, but BYU. I may or may not have not looked much at BYU, but BYU.
You didn't look much at BYU.
No.
Okay, let's continue on. Let's continue on.
They look good on paper.
On paper is different.
I was like, oh yeah,
on paper they look great.
Patty goes, they have a 7'3" player that used to play for Purdue that transferred out of Purdue. That guy, man.
They're good.
That guy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. They're good.
Matt Harms is a difference maker. Matt Harms.
They're good. Mm-hmm. Yes. All right. Uconn, Maryland. What? I was talking about Uconn.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, continue on about Uconn.
I just picked Uconn. I picked Uconn. I don't know much about either team. I picked Uconn. They're the higher seed. I don't know. I don't know much about either team. Alabama. It's Alabama. They've been playing well. Yeah. Alabama, Uconn, Alabama. I may or may not be regretting my pick of BYU.
That's too bad. This is your bracket, Patty.
Give me 1 second.
Hey, you should be happy that you can make 25 other ones. You can have 25 other different ones. Without BYU.
Listen. I can change my bracket right now. Listen. Just refresh really quickly.
Patty, don't have this on your account.
Listen.
Doesn't work like that.
Listen, this is fine. This is fine.
Patty, just continue explaining your BYU craze that you have going on here. You have them beating Alabama and Michigan in the Elite Eight.
Listen.
So they're going to the Final Four?
I'm about to go crazy with you.
I did not think this through.
I didn't.
Listen, I didn't think this through. I did not think this through whatsoever. Oh God, I did not think any of this through.
Let's just move on to the
I did not
different
think this
region.
through.
This is another very interesting region we got going on here.
This is a great region. Baylor, Baylor. North Carolina, Wisconsin. Wisconsin. I'm gonna be like Austin here. Big Ten is too good.
Big Ten.
Villanova, Winthrop. Listen, Winthrop. I like them.
Winthrop
is good.
We picked that.
Okay, I'm picking that. Winthrop, Purdue.
Oh my God!
I got Winthrop. Listen. A 12 seed is going far, and it will be Winthrop.
Interesting.
Next thing you know, Winthrop will be in your Final Four.
Okay, no, they're not beating Baylor. No, that's not happening. They aren't beating Baylor.
If Ohio State can beat... Okay, I'll stop.
They're not. They can't beat Baylor. I mean, they can't even beat Oral Roberts.
Okay, you want to move on to that quickly?
Yeah.
We can look at this travesty that we have on our screen.
All right, Utah State, Texas Tech. I think good game, close game. Utah State's pulling that out. Arkansas, Colgate. I know nothing about Colgate. Arkansas, they look good. Yeah. Florida, Virginia Tech. Don't know much about either team. Florida, yeah. Ohio State, Oral Roberts. Listen. This is the one team I decided to look up, and I like them.
So you looked this team up more than you looked up BYU,
yes,
and Alabama.
Yes. Listen, Oral Roberts, they're a good team. They can be good. They get a run going.
Is going to bet money on that.
They get hot.
Hey, Patty, you want to make a bet?
Roberts.
You want to make a bet?
I'm not giving you anything if they lose.
I make a bet on that too.
Hey, Patty. Patty, what is the upset you're most confident on? Like the weird upset that you're most confident on?
Winthrop.
Oh,
if Winthrop beats Purdue, I will.
Wait. What other upsets do I have? One second.
You got BYU over Alabama.
Listen, I am not confident in that anymore. I am not confident whatsoever.
If BYU beats Texas, I will be extremely surprised. You want to bet on that one, Patty? I will gladly bet on that one.
How much,
listen,
though?
I am rethinking everything. I'm rethinking everything, so I'm rethinking everything with BYU. So, but Oral Roberts, they're gonna beat Ohio State and Florida. That is happening. Mm-hmm.
You're crazy.
I know. Arkansas, Oral Roberts. Oral Roberts is a great team, but I think Arkansas is gonna pull out that game. And then Baylor, Arkansas. I think Baylor's just too good. That's why they beat Winthrop.
Now more normal region.
Illinois, Drexel. I don't even know who Illinois. Loyola, Chicago. I want Loyola, Chicago to win that game. I just don't know if they're going to be able to. So I just have Georgia Tech in that game. I think they're a good team. Tennessee, Oregon State. I honestly think Oregon State can win this game, but I just have Tennessee in that. I do think Oregon State can win, but
Tennessee's got one of the best defensive guards.
I'm not betting on anything.
Oklahoma State. They're not beating. They're not losing to Liberty. I got Oklahoma State. Illinois, Georgia Tech. Illinois is too good. I don't know what else to say there. And Oklahoma State versus Tennessee. I think that can be a good game. I just think Oklahoma State with Kate Cunningham.
They call him Oklahoma Cade for a reason, you know?
Okay, moving on. Illinois, Oklahoma State.
Nobody calls him. I've never heard him called that, by the way.
No one has said that. No one has said that. Illinois, they're just too good. San Diego State and Syracuse. I know nothing about that Syracuse team.
You just know that the coach's son is Buddy.
Buddy
I can't
pause.
pick that. I cannot
Just like
pick
Buddy,
that.
Buddy the Elf.
Buddy the Elf.
I can't pick Syracuse. I can't pick Syracuse. San Diego State. West Virginia, good defense. They're moved on there. Clemson, Rutgers. I picked higher seed. So yeah. Houston, Cleveland State, Houston.
I'm surprised they didn't pick Cleveland State.
No, I am not picking Cleveland State. I mean, if I looked them up, I might have. But San Diego State, West Virginia. West Virginia has a great defense, but I think San Diego State can still win that game. I think they're a good team. I think they can surprise West Virginia there. Clemson, Houston. I think Houston's just too good, and it's Clemson. And then Houston, San Diego State. Again, Houston's good.
Patty, I will bet you money that San Diego State does not make the Sweet 16.
So you have them losing to? So
I have them losing to West Virginia.
Yeah, I don't want to make any bets. So I don't feel confident about anything in my bracket.
Confident in any
I
of
don't
them.
have nothing. I have no. I mean, even if I picked West Virginia, I wouldn't have confidence in that either. So, I mean, anything can happen. So
We should look at your Final Four and see what you have on the West and East side.
I say that's not.
We need an explanation.
I say that's not. I say that's not. Listen, I am not putting
BYU over Gonzaga.
If BYU somehow makes it,
BYU was up 20 at the half over Gonzaga, but Gonzaga up on Gonzaga, and Gonzaga then won the game. Is your reasoning for BYU beating Gonzaga because BYU can score and they almost beat Gonzaga?
No.
Then what's your reasoning?
Okay. If BYU somehow makes it, first off, they'll be on a very big roll. Second off, Gonzaga will probably overlook BYU because they beat them 3 times. So that could be a factor. And also BYU has played Gonzaga 3 times, so they're going to be having that revenge and they'll be wanting to win. So if they somehow make it that far,
they had 2 other chances in the regular season.
Okay, that doesn't mean they can win again or win now. Even though that is definitely not happening.
I'm shocked you don't have BYU winning the championship.
No, that is not happening. That is not. There's no way that is happening. Illinois is beating Baylor and Illinois is winning.
Well, this is our sign to stop sharing.
I do have to change BYU.
So that was the tournament special. I hope you liked it. I'm obviously going to win the tournament challenge. But if you want to join the tournament challenge, there's a group. I will put the link in the description. Join the group. Be a part of it. Yeah, it's just for fun. But yeah.
The goal is to have a better bracket.
The goal is to not be as bad as Patty. That's the goal. Okay.
Listen, just wait till I change my bracket and then BYU is gonna somehow make it to the championship.
Well, this was Austin Acclaims. See you guys.